Hello, parents. One of the things that I get asked all the time when folks start tutoring is how should they communicate with the teacher? What questions should they ask? So today we're going to go over 5 things that would be a good idea to go over with your child's teacher before you come to your first tutoring appointment. So let me do a quick screen share and then off we go. Here we are. All righty. So first, the thing to know is that teachers are not supposed to communicate with tutors about your child without your permission. It's a breach of confidentiality. One of the things that's very important to us at East Cobb Tutoring Center is to make sure that our tutors, who are teachers, are able to maintain the professional standards. So it's as simple as sending an email to your teacher. You can copy the tutor on it and say, we're starting tutoring. This is the tutor. Would you please communicate with the tutor? That's all it takes. But without you beginning that bridge of communication, there's nothing the teacher can do. And we as the tutors can't force them to communicate with us. That's between you and the teacher. Second question. So this might seem counterintuitive to ask the teacher to send home graded papers, but we found that for older students, middle school, high school for sure, teachers will hang on to graded papers and not release them. So asking them to send home the graded papers might result in a yes, it might result in a no. But either way, that information is really very helpful, not just to the tutor, but to your student also. Sometimes a special request is all it takes. We've had teachers release graded test papers to us with the promise that we return them, whatever it takes. But those graded papers are really very important. As you know, a graded quiz will help with the test, a graded test helps with the cumulative, all the cumulatives help with the final exam. So the more graded papers that we can get access to, the better it is for everybody. All right, next question. Typically speaking, teachers don't plan the night ahead. Most teachers plan for an entire unit at one time or a whole month at one time. The overachievers plan the entire semester at one time, and often they're collaborating with each other so that every biology teacher at the high school is following the same schedule relatively. A lot of times teachers share this information with their students or post it on their blog. Sometimes they don't. And so just reaching out and asking, when's the test? When's the quiz? When does the next unit start? Those questions will be very helpful for successful tutoring. All right, 4th question. Your teacher might have noticed that your student is struggling in one area more than others. For example, their spelling is great, their punctuation is terrible, or they're doing a great job combining like terms, except when there's a negative involved. So those kinds of detailed questions are things your teacher might have picked up on and would really help guide the way tutoring progresses for your student. And then finally, there might be some topics that your teacher knows will be tested more heavily than others. Operations on fractions might come up more often than operations on decimals. So having that conversation with the teacher and just saying, what do you think the top 3 or 4 things are that the tutor should review with my child before this test? Keep in mind, tutoring is only an hour. Your child is in class all week long. So most of the work, most of the instruction happens there. We can't do an entire week's worth of material in 1 hour. So we really need to focus on what the most important things are. We get that information from graded papers. We get that information from the unit calendar. We get that information from the teacher's suggestions. So all of that put together helps create a full package so that we can make sure we're doing the best, most efficient thing for your child in the 1 hour that we get together for each session. So as always, we are available to help with any subject, K through 12, and also here to support you, the parents, to make a successful semester for everybody. Thanks so much.